I like Kraków very much. It's an old city, but even so very much alive. There's a lot to do, not only cultural things, but also just in a normal life, restaurants and cafes, bars, so you can have a nice life in Kraków. And also the area that I live in is beautiful. I don't live too far from the stadium, which makes it easy for me to go over the Blonia and come to the stadium. So so far I have not missed Holland at all, and that says a lot. Well, you know, if I have free time, then mainly I'm going out for dinner. We don't cook much at home, so we go out to have something to eat, and I'm also a lot in the Kazimierz because I like the atmosphere there. It's easy going, so sometimes I'm there, and especially there's always a lot of friends who visit me, and I'll show them the city, of course. So all the things that the Rineklovnie, the Wawel Castle. So I'm there also quite often to show the city to other people. I would like to think so. Yes, of course I did some tours myself first. I read a lot about the city, and I think I can tell a lot of stories about Kraków now to the foreign people. Yeah, I think I know quite a lot about Kraków and also about Wisła. You know, I've seen the movie, and people have told me a lot about them. I talked to the players, to former players also, about what was going on in this club a long time ago, and yeah, I like that. It's not like I have millions of time to just go and meet people, and again, I'm also very picky about my friends, who I like or not like. So there's some people who of course, the owners of my house, which I talk to a lot and also go out with for dinner. There's also one Dutchman who is in politics here in Poland, Patrick de Bult. We grew up together in a small city in Holland. I know him very well with his wife. He's been here for 20 years now. His wife is also living here. Yeah, I did walk around a lot into the city. I didn't have my bicycle yet and not my car. And I walked around in the city because I wanted to know what the supporters and the normal people who are not working in the club, what they thought about the club and about the players. So at that time I was not that well known yet in Kraków, so I could talk to everybody I wanted to. And so I spoke to a lot of people, yes. Well, at the beginning I also talked to the players about this. You know, it was of course not very positive. It was not a team. There were a lot of problems, and nobody wanted to work, nobody wanted to train really hard, and everybody thought that the success would come by itself. And I think now that we changed that a little bit. Well, at least there's fighting spirit now in the team. You know, they keep going, and you can see this also by that we scored quite a few times in the last minute, because they don't give up, and they keep on fighting till the last minute. So yes, we made a lot of improvement with the team, but it's still not what I want. I don't think we play well enough to my liking. You know, I think we can play a lot better football than we do now. It's always easier to break something down. You know, if you want to play nice football and the other team is breaking it down, that's easier than when you have to build something up. And we at Wisła here try to build something up. 9 out of 10 times we are the better team. Also, of course, in the competition, there's teams who will fight really hard, and we have to show with quality of football, and that's what I meant with we can still improve a lot. With quality of football, we can be the better team. So if we're only gonna fight, maybe some teams are gonna be better because we don't have the individual players who are really strong or big. So we have to do it together. If we're going to start fighting in the game, we have to work together, and that is what was happening now. The players know what it's about. They put in a lot of work, on training field, and it pays off. You know, they're getting the results, and even though that everybody thought that we were not going to get close to the championship this year, we're still full in the race for the championship. No, you know, I'm not surprised because this is my only goal. You know, for me, it's the only goal is becoming champion with Wisła this season. So, but concerning the problems we had and the way the people were talking about Wisła, I think it's a very good result that we're so close to Jagiellonia and not like 10 points behind maybe. Well, first of all, we because of the weather conditions, we have to go on several training camps. So we're going on 2 training camps. The main goal is to prepare the players again to be fully fit. It's not like they go on holiday now and they don't have to do anything. They get 1 week off, and after 1 week they have to start training again. And of course we check this on the heart rates, the program they follow. So when they come in, the first 2 weeks are mainly going to be about just building the physical part, and after that we're going to start playing games. We have a tournament. We're going to play a lot of against Scandinavian teams, from Sweden also, and then we have to build up what we left behind this season. So we're going to start all over again. Maybe there's going to be transfers, so we have to start all over the team building again. And I think those 6 weeks we have are going to be very important for the next round in the season. You know, I always think it's a combination of things, but to me, position play is very important. You know, Johan Cruyff always says, when you have the ball, the other team cannot score, and that's true. You know, if you have the ball longer and you start creating things before the goal, you start having chances, then for sure we're going to score. And I think we can improve a lot on this. So for me, the position game is very important, and every day since I came here, we try to do something about it and to make it better. And that takes a long time. You know, the physical part of preparation for players is a little bit easier because you can let players run. But to find out on a tactical way how to play is more difficult, and that takes a long time to find the perfect balance in the team. So we're doing that now, and of course there's always be something to improve. We all watch together the Barcelona game, and if you see this game and you put the level of Wisła here and Barcelona there, well, this is the steps we have to make to get there. And if it will be possible to get to the level of Barcelona, I don't think so, but we can try to make it as good as possible. What I looked at was what is the best for this team, for the players we have. And I think the system we're playing now is the best for the players we have. And from there, we can put in some variations. You know, sometimes we can play with one player a little bit deeper, or somebody from the side who's going inside a little bit. And that's where we can change some tactics with, depending on who we're playing. And if you're playing an away game or a home game. So, but it's mainly going to be the same, because I think it's very important that the players also know what to do in the field. Well, like I said, the pre-season camp is very important to me, because that's where we do all the work, and that's where we find the best balance of the team. You know, it took us a long time to find the best balance before the winter break. I think we found it now a little bit. You know, the defense has been playing together, the forward has been playing together. We have only had some changes in the midfield, but everybody can fight for his position again. And so we'll have to look at that for 6 weeks. And I'm sure when we start the competition, it's going to be on full power with better position play than we have now. No, that's difficult to say. You know, if I have to name one player, it's going to be Dragan Pajic, because we changed positions for him. He didn't came here to play left back. He never played it before in his life, and I put him there, and I think he did really well. You know, he had his ups and downs sometimes, but overall he played. He had a very good first half of the season. You know, Sobol is the captain. You know, and he has so much experience. He was here when the club had championships, and so young players look up to him. And also, he is always having fighting spirit for the team. He will never give up. So that is very important for me, because other players also see this in the field. When he starts working and when he starts shouting to him, Sobol is not an easy man to play with. You know, he's very aggressive in his coaching. He's very aggressive in his style of play, and the rest of the team just has to try to keep up with him in the way he is playing. So I like that. You know, he's very demanding to other players, and that's why he's so important for us. His fighting spirit is, of course, very important to us. That's why we also changed a little bit in his position. We let him play a little bit more in front of his defense, and from there he's doing a great job. And he even scored a goal already this season, which he doesn't do so often. For Sobol, it's the most important that he's winning the balls, that he's pushing other people to play well, and of course he's the captain, so he has to talk to everybody, you know. And I see that now in the locker room at halftime. He's not the one who's only talking to the Polish players, but he's also trying to mix with players and tell them what to do in the field. And also the young players, we have a lot of young players. For them he's really important. It would be very nice to go with the bus, the open bus, to the Rynek Lubni, and celebrate with almost, I think, more than 50% of Kraków our championship, and that would be for me the perfect season.